Barney, if you guys don't know. Barney has made classic WoW videos many times, the Scarabord Legacy video, etc. And I remember I was actually going to get one of these plushies, and then some like bad thing, I forgot what it was, might have happened, and I ended up not getting one. Well, it turned out that Barney didn't get any of the money that she was owed. Owed this money. Like, the guy got the money, and he's just, whoo, he's gone. Here we go.
First of all, I must apologize for pulling the curtain back like this. This is my speaking voice, and unfortunately, this is a serious video, so I'm not going to be talking through a character you are all used to hearing. For those that watch my stream, This is not going to be a surprise that I sound like this, but I recognize lots of you probably think that I sound like this in real life. And that's just not the case. So now that that's cleared up, let's get into this. Richard Little, CEO of Influencer Stuff, also known...
Influencer Stuff. I would never have expected that a person with a Pogo soy face that's taking a picture next to one of the Minecraft NPCs would be a scammer. How could anybody have expected this?
As Paquito, is in a lot of trouble with a lot of content creators. In the coming weeks, expect to hear much more about this fucking from other creators, but for now, I need to tell you my story. In this video, I am going to be detailing the ways in which he lied to and stole from myself and every single person who bought a plushie. Due to the...
Wait, so they didn't get their plushies? I just assumed they got their plushies.
Nature of this video, I expect this video will probably gain some kind of traction outside of my core audience. So for context, last February, I did my very first merch campaign through Influencer Stuff. I remember this. And it was, in short, a f***ing disaster. Pause if you'd like to read the detail.
When the item Barney Beekeeper plushie was established, an improper weight of 3 pounds and no shipment size were configured. When Shopify attempted to configure shipping weights, 392... additional orders, 820 additional orders have been placed. Wow. That is sad.
But that's not what we're talking about today. Now, if you purchased a plushie and thought that it was weird that it took nearly a year to arrive, you were right.
Okay. This reminds me. So I got I ordered one of Hassan's shirts because it's like all the money was going towards like labor unions. I was like, oh, this is really cool. I'm gonna order this. And it took like a month, and then I finally got it. I was gonna message him. I was like, bro, so like, where's the shirts or anything? And then like literally 2 days later, it showed up. Yeah, it was a while. So I mean, like, I'm used to things taking a while, but like that was a while, and I was like a month or two. This is an entire year. So wait a second. Nobody has gotten their plushie. Have any of you guys ordered this plushie? Has anybody ordered one of these and gotten one? I got mine 2 weeks out from the 1 year. Okay.
In February, after we sold out all the plushies, oh, my alarm's going off, sorry, which was just over 2,000 units, my manager took all the funds, not just the profit, but also the money that you paid for shipping, and for the whole year, he tried to hide this from me in every way he could, consistently giving me fake up.
Oh, yep, yeah, we got him over the weekend, bro. It's about to happen. Like, it's so quick. We about to do it. It's honestly... I just got done sending them off. It's done right now. Absolutely. It's in 2 weeks, guys.
Tried to hide this from me in every way he could. Consistently.
Off topic. What are we on the plushie orders? Oh, shit. Let me see. They were not going to send it for a bit, so I made them send it out. How many orders have we done out of how many? We should be down to 300. Also, this issue won't happen next time. Yeah, it won't happen next time. We'll save months by first saying it's a pre-order and a few other time-saving things. That's smart.
Giving me fake updates and bullshit explanations as to why people weren't getting their plushies, why it was taking so long, blah, blah, blah. This went on for months. But then in mid-October 2022...
Flippy would never do this. Flippy would have those plushies made and sent out on the same day. Flippy would never give her the runaround. Flippy would just be like, oh, okay, all right, yep, okay, so we need 142 new plushies. Okay, let's do it. There it is. Plushies are done. All of the different names are sent there. There's no transcription errors because it's done mechanically, and everybody got their stuff, and it's done. Problem solved. Okay, so every order is out for delivery or delivered at this point. Yeah, 100%. That was what they said to me last week. Checking with them right now to confirm. What a clever gentleman here. Poquito goes in there and he says exactly what they want to hear. And then right after that, this is what they told me. And I'm not really sure. I'm just checking with them. So yeah, you have 2 qualifying statements. Okay, awesome. Did you configure? Confirm they're all out for delivery. Hey, yeah, I did, and they said they're all on their way. When am I being paid the other half of the V Rising money? Oh, no. So this was like Barney's overall manager? So he handles... Oh... By the way, I'm actually going to start playing. I'm going to start playing V Rising again soon. I wanted to get back into it.
He told
I never
me
finished it
and
last
had
time I
me
started playing.
tweet a confirmation that all plushies had been finally shipped out. This was a lie. He knew it was a lie, and he had me
hold up.
plushies had been finally.
All plushies. Oh, so this is the worst part, right? Is like now Barney's going to go out and be like, yeah, everything just got shipped.
Shipped out. This was a lie. He knew it was a lie, and he had me do it anyway. In actuality, the plushies had been where they always were, which was just in the fulfillment center awaiting to be shipped. I just didn't know that yet. So a month passes, and I'm still getting daily tweets and emails like, where's my plushie? I paid...
So, like, what's going... And the thing is, like, what's going on? Because you promised me they'd all been sent out. They are all being sent out this week. Guys, it's going to be in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, bro. Just trust in the plan. In 2 weeks, all this is going to be taken care of. They are all replying to you, mentioning that they were all shipped out. The shipping is all figured out, and they are going out this week. Trust me, bro.
My plushie, I haven't got my plushie, and
Barney got them out?
I'm
Yeah.
upset for these people because, like, what the fuck is going on? How long does it take to send a fucking plushie? So I get hold of the fulfillment center direct, which, by the way, up until this point, Richard had been very careful to not give me the contact information for.
I wonder why Richard would do that. Why would he do that? Well, I have a feeling that we're going to find out.
He had done everything to hide that from me, but once I got it and I called the fulfillment center to give them a piece of my mind, I learned the truth about the whole campaign direct from the source, which was that not just all that stuff I showed earlier, which, by the way, I'm not getting into, but, you know, is pretty fucking bad. But the reason the plushies hadn't been shipped out is because Richard still owed the fulfillment center the shipping fees, which, if you'll remember, was collected at the point of sale. Everyone who bought a plushie had already paid for their shipping fees, so, like...
So why didn't he give them the money? Oh, what? Oh, man, like, what could it possibly have been?
What the fuck was going on? Now, a couple months prior to this, Richard had fired every single person working for him at influencer stuff and told me it was because they were all stealing from him.
Is this Logan Paul's alt account? I feel like we've seen this episode before. Yeah, I already watched this one, didn't I? Wait a second. Yes, Crypto King involved in this too? What is this? Pre-ordering seems fine, but we won't be opening pre-orders until I've been paid for the first campaign. Yes, thank you. Actually, stand your fucking ground. And if you don't control the money, then who does? Where does it go? Can you tell me what happened to my V Rising money? All I want to know is why it's taken so long to get to me, because it doesn't make sense. And if you haven't given me sufficient answer, how are your staff stealing from you? Or are you just being hyperbolic? And you mean that they weren't bringing in more money than you were paying them? If so, use your words appropriately. Saying people are stealing from you is a big accusation. In my eyes, they were stealing from me. So let me rephrase this. They were not stealing from me. Okay, that's what he meant to say. I have Chase saying he doesn't know how to payroll is paid or where the money came from. He was going to like 10 different interviews while I paid him. So wait a minute. So the guy looking for another job is stealing from you because he's looking for another job while he's doing the job that you... What do you mean? Doing business on Discord? Most people do business on Discord all the time. Yeah, it's very common. What's this here? Of course, what do you think? Slack is like so much more official, or email like is so much more... Oh, let's use Gmail. That's what's really official. People use Discord for shit all the time. Yeah, V Rising is on its way. My employees were fired because they essentially were not securing more opportunities. So money was going out, but not in. I have since got rid of them all, and I have secured cash flow to fix all issues by the end of the year. So I'm not worried about a thing, except the time it has taken to secure what is needed. Eon, my in-house manufacturer, would hold and distribute the funds to you, me, and pay for material. So Barney figured out exactly what it was. Is this guy here was just trying to he was mad that he wasn't making enough money off of these people by the end of the year, but we just started this year. Yeah, so we're not done with the video. Did he give himself a bonus too? Well, no, he gave himself everybody else's bonus as well, because they're not working there, and, you know, like, he might as well get it. I mean, if we're going to spend the money anyway, it might as well just go to him.
Working for him at influencer stuff, and told me it was because they were all stealing from him. The nerve of this guy, I swear. But having spoken to the...
Elaborate on V Rising money. My assumption is that Barney did a sponsor for V Rising, and in the process of doing that sponsor, the money went through Pachito or whatever his name is, and then Pachito never gave Barney the money. Because Pachito was probably the middleman.
Those ex-employees, they all said they quit citing ethical reasons and the fact that Richard owed them a lot of money. I also knew that...
Oh, he owes other people money. That's crazy. I would have never expected that.
Several content creator friends of mine were owed money by Richard, and then I also remembered that years ago, before I even started working with Richard...
I'm not a big boy who got fucked over for 5 figures like most people. But I was struggling for money, and I thought, Richard was my friend, confided in him over calls and shed tears telling him what I was going through at the time, agreed the 2 sponsors, did one, and thought the second one was a game I just didn't think was good, so I told him no thanks. He got very angry, and because I wanted my friend to stop being angry at me, I stupidly said, just keep the money for the first one then, and he left me alone. Oh my God. Just wasn't until 6 months or so later, when I was coming out the other end of the tunnel and my mind had cleared, that I realized that, that there was no way he should have actually kept that money. A piece of shit? No, for sure. Like, this person clearly should have not said that. That was a mistake that they said that. But let's be real. Richard is the one who's actually wrong here. It's kind of like people are stupid for getting scammed by crypto scams, but that doesn't mean that the people that are actually doing the scams shouldn't get in trouble for it. Yeah, of course this guy shouldn't have done that, but it doesn't matter. Let's see. Of course, I asked her back because the money situation in the end hadn't really changed. I was like, you know what mental state I was in? I think it's kind of fucked up. They actually took the money with zero resistance. He went off on me about taking responsibility for my actions and the words I say. And the standard, I have a mortgage and employees to pay. So I went to Omnia, who he was still with at the time, and told some of his colleagues about it. And it was in my PayPal the next morning. Wow, what a surprise. Damn, look at that. So eventually I got my shit back, but I'd like to say I'm probably one of, if not the last person he hasn't fucked over. Yeah, because most other people haven't done that. Keep the money, 6 months later, wait, hold up. To be fair, the guy was yelling at him and stressing him out a lot. This was a person under, legal term, duress. He was under duress. He was pressured into doing something he would not have normally done in a sound mind. And yes, and also... This is Like, it's not even about this. All this does is it paints a picture of a manipulative person who is out for themselves and is unstable and a piece of shit. It doesn't matter whether Ross was dumb or not for doing this, because it has nothing to do with Ross. The video's not about Ross.
An in real life friend of mine warned me not to work with him for this exact reason. He had done a branding deal with Richard, and Richard didn't pay him for like a year. In this moment, my brain had already pieced together
who could have expected that?
What had happened. He had obviously taken the funds, and who knows what he's done with them. But the reason he can't pay me and the reason he can't pay anyone else is because he simply doesn't have our money anymore. So I asked the ex-employees.
Hey, there it is. Yeah, he can't pay you. He spent your money. I can't pay you, man. I would love to pay you, but I already spent your money.
If the ethical reason they left was because Richard was using content creator earned funds on other things. And they confirmed this. Now let's get back to the fulfillment.
Wait, let me read this. So to clarify, the reason the plushies have taken so long to send is because he never had them to begin with, and he's been dipping into other people's money in order to order them as we go, instead of, oh, it's just a lot for shipping and a small team to handle, like he's been telling me. That is my understanding.
On other things, and they confirmed this. Now let's get back to the fulfillment center. For the last 10 months, Richard has been slowly drip feeding the fulfillment center small payments so they can send out small batches of plushies here and there. This is the reason it took you so long to get your plushies, if it did take you so long to get your plushies. My manager took your money in February that you paid for, and you paid for that shipping. You paid it up front. I know you did. And I don't know what he's done with it. I just don't know what he's done with it. All I do know is that he doesn't have it anymore. So he was having to somehow raise his own money to pay for the shipping. I actually have it on somewhat good authority that money that was used to pay for the shipping was probably actually taken from other content creators who have recently done deals with influencers.
I see. So he's borrowing money from one person to pay back another person who he owes money to. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, this is Slicker's alt account. Hey, yo, King. Hey, look, my bank, it has this weird thing where basically, like, okay, so I've got the money, right? But, like, I'm not going to get it until, probably until Friday. But if I can just get $10,000 until Friday, I will have it back to you. And please, by the way, please keep this confidential.
Stuff, thus creating a horrible cycle of content creators doing branding deals, their money getting paid to other people Richard owes money to first, and then Richard has to find another content creator to do another branding deal to pay that initial content creator. But it gets worse, because it's at this point I contact a couple of random creators that I don't really know on the Influencer Stuff website, and whilst all of them want to remain...
Was asked not to share these screenshots. Understand if you wish not to believe this segment. I will believe it.
Varying degrees of anonymous.
By the way, I've known other people who have been scammed by their managers as well. I've been extremely lucky in my life to only work with people that have done nothing but good for me, and I've never had a problem with this in any capacity on any level.
Of them were currently owed or had been owed recently money from Richard. Not one person had anything good to say about him either, and it was at this point I realized it wasn't just my money that had been Thanos snapped. It was every single dollar that had gone through Influencer Stuff.
Oh no, not Thanos snapped. Just spent on his own personal expenses. Because Thanos snapped implies that it just disappeared. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, he used it.
All year. We are currently right now amassing a content creator victims group DM, so if you want to join that, you can tweet me. But yeah, this guy owes like a lot of money to a lot of people. But it gets worse, because you have to understand what dealing with Richard is like. You see, Richard is a severely mentally ill, pathological liar who believes his own delusions. In this situation, I have no doubt that
I am a victim. Okay, this is Logan Paul's alt account, actually. As the reason to you becoming a victim, but the difference is that I can solve your issue. Nobody but I solved my own. You used the victim card so many times, and I thought I meant we were friends. So I wasn't asking for empathy or anything, but the length of time it would take. I told you the money went to payroll. So what did I not tell you now that you are so furious? So he's trying to gaslight Barney into thinking that she's attacking Pochita for nothing. And this is after a fucking, like, after months. Like, when did we watch the Scarabord video? Like, fucking months ago, man. This is crazy.
He 100% sees himself as the victim, despite being the root of all the problems, like, demonstratively so. And if you've ever had the misfortune of having to confront a pathological liar about their lies, you'll know it's like League of Legends. It's just a complete waste of time, and you just come away from it feeling terrible. Like, why did I do that? And
yeah, this is totally true. If you feel like somebody has fucked you over and they try to give you the run around this, yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. If they do that, this is what I've told you guys before. And you'll learn this, especially if you do anything that is outside of the legal realm. If you do any sort of dealing, you know, my best advice, if they say they are going to give you $2,000 and they give you $1,999, it's off. Nope. Because we talked about $2,000. So where's the $2,000? It's not $2,000. It's off. Nope. So the second that there's ever a problem in any capacity with this kind of shit, you've got to hold people accountable. You've got to figure out at least some sort of thing. Like, yeah, and it's like, obviously, I'm sure this guy, maybe he wanted to do a good thing to, like, a beginning, but, like, he's got no evidence of looking into this stuff. He's not doing any of this. He's just fucking around.
even if Richard did one day decide to tell me where the money went and he was truthful, I wouldn't believe him anyway, because this dude lies about literally everything.
It is not illegal, but it is hard to enforce. And things that are hard to enforce have the same problem as things that are illegal. Is that you have no governing body that you can have make decisions for you in your best interest.
And I know I'm making
everything written, it doesn't matter. Barney's probably not going to take this guy to court. The legal fees are going to cost more than the money that they would have lost. So what's the point? What are you doing? Like just to do this for the sake of doing it? Yes, some person's going to do that. Yes, but overall, no. And then what if you lose the case? What if you get a settlement against this person and then they don't pay it? Verbal agreements count too? Bro, every contract is only as strong as your lawyer. It doesn't matter. Like just, oh, I have a contract. It's against the rules. Oh, well, you can't just do this. Bro, people do that all the time. Yes, like better off to jail. He goes, they're not going to put him in jail for this. What are you, crazy?
Because that's like how I deal with stuff. I just make jokes. But this has like really actually affected me. I already had like really, really bad trust issues in real life, and Richard's constant lying has just really extrapolated this. Recently, he tried to garner pity when asked, like, where's my money from, like, 5 different people. He told them that he had recently been robbed, like his house had been robbed, and one of them said that Richard didn't show up to a business meeting, and he said that it was...
Didn't Slicker say that there were guys that were parked in front of his house with a car, with a gun, and he needs the money right now? Didn't Slicker do this exact same thing? Yeah, actual Slicker, yes.
Because he was speaking with the jury, you know, the famously competent and fast-acting American legal system where you will be speaking to a jury in court about your house robbery the very same week that it happened. And
wait, what? So he doesn't get to speak to the jury? Like, I mean, he gets to make he gets to testify. He doesn't just get to sit down with the jury and be like, all right, guys, listen, like that guy over there fucking stole all my shit. Like, you put him, all right, listen, just between us, like, let's just put him in jail and just get this whole thing over with. Like, that's not how it works.
Up until now, his lies have just been, like, small or just straight up, like, gaslighting. Like, he told one content creator, oh, I've already paid you. Did it not come through? But this lie was just so far out of his intellectual...
And it's like, it's so easy to do this, because could you send me a screenshot of the transfer or payment? So, there's no screenshot of it. Because like, and this is, so Assassin Dave here did the right thing. If somebody told me that, they're like, oh, the money didn't go through? Okay, well, send it to me and I call it up and figure it out. But no.
Already paid you, did it not come through? But this lie was just so far out of his intellectual abilities. Like, he was completely unqualified as a low-level pathological liar to be attempting such a high-level tale. So when he tried this shit on me, he found out that I'm the wrong one, which is really weird because you'd think my man—
Yeah, and thank God. She's like, no, dude, I'm sick of your the money is coming one more week bullshit. Where's my money? What the fuck are you doing? It's just that simple. Yes, +1. But yeah, what the fuck are you doing? It's that simple. Where's my money?
Would know me. Like, my whole online World of Warcraft presence is basically, look how petty I am. I had already called his local sheriff's department, and they couldn't confirm to me if the incident even occurred. Whilst this doesn't really mean anything—
Well, of course, I mean, I don't think they would be able to confirm it, but I mean, like, you can check. There are ways to check that. But I can guarantee you, like, what do you guys think the percentage is that? I think the percentage that this robbery actually happened, I think it's probably like 1%. Yeah, it's maybe 2%. Yeah.
Richard was also somehow unable to provide documents to prove his side, like a police report or an insurance claim or like anything really that you would just want to show someone to prove, hey, I'm not lying. So the timeline is that within 2 weeks, Richard has reported a crime. They've caught the guy because, you know, they're now in court and there's a jury. So obviously they're judging someone for sentencing. This is how court works, I think. But it gets worse. Because not only is this guy a pathological liar and a cheat, he's also just a really nasty, abusive person. When you call him out for stuff, he would turn it around.
You see, everybody all the time tries to do this kind of stuff, but they're never smart about it. What Pacino should have done is he should have just upcharged people on shipping. Just upcharge people $5 on shipping, and then just say it's like, oh, I can't do anything about it, and then pocket the $5. Like, you don't do this where you don't pay the person, because then the person can come out and say, like, you're so stupid. And this is what people always do. They get too greedy. It's always better to make $1 off of 1 million people than take $1 million from one person. It's always better to do it in very small increments, and you never get greedy. Come on. Let's read this message here, okay? I didn't use it on other things, and I do feel like shit. I didn't make you do shit. I told you I have your money on its way. Jesus Christ, I helped you when your parents and everyone else seemed to distance themselves. I have been saying this whole time that I was truly sorry and working daily. You have no idea what being a CEO or running a business is actually like. You couldn't even figure out how to get a computer. No need to threaten me when I have paid your audience members' invoices. All I owe is you now, which no matter what you do to me will be paid out. I have a family, and I hope it doesn't escalate, but I understand if it had to. You will be paid. Oh my God. Oh, what the fuck? What a loser? Yeah, like, wow.
On you, like, how can you treat me this way? I was there for you when no one was.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip, so, like, what does that have to do with anything?
Up to what I think is probably my most outrageous example of him just completely overstepping, because it really just shows what kind of person he is. So when I signed to have influencer stuff manage me exclusively,
company will provide a creator a custom PC valued at approximately $6,000 USD as a bonus for signing exclusively with the company. Okay, so you got a signing bonus of a PC with 6K PC.
I received a computer as part of my signing bonus, worth approximately
This is very normal, by the way. All of this stuff is very normal.
$6,000. This computer wasn't tied to any deal or any other thing in particular. It was just...
How do you spend $6K on a PC? They probably don't. They probably buy the PC. They probably get the PC wholesale made for, you know, maybe like 4,000. And then they just use the, you know, the highest MSRP of the different parts on, you know, like different websites. And then just, you know, use it that way to inflate the price. Or it could just be a very good PC. Either way, it's hard to say.
Thanks for joining. Here's the computer. And the only way that I was going to be held liable for this computer was if I wanted to leave influencer stuff through no fault of influencer stuff. So if I just wanted to leave because I wanted to leave, I had to pay for the computer. Other than that, the contract states that only influencer stuff can get me branding deals because that's what exclusivity means. And any deal that I take, influencer stuff gets 15%. And finally, if for whatever reason Richard wants to fire me, he has to give me 30 days notice, and there is nothing in the contract that states he would get paid for the computer in this event. So on December 15th, 2022, Richard asks me to do a branding deal. And
well, wait a minute.
There's nothing. And finally, if for what exclusivity means.
Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. The contract may be terminated by the creator upon the company's receipt of 30 days written notice from the creator. If the creator terminates the contract through no fault of the company within 1 year of the start date, the creator is responsible. Okay, so it's a 1 year. Okay.
Through no fault of influencer stuff. So if I just wanted to leave because I wanted to leave, I had to pay for the computer. Other than that, the contract states that only influencer stuff can get me branding deals because that's what exclusivity means. And any deal that I take, influencer stuff gets 15%. And finally, if for whatever reason Richard wants to fire me, he has to give me 30 days notice, and there is nothing in the contract that states he would get paid for the computer in this event. So on...
Well, yeah, wait a second. Yeah, he wouldn't get the money. The company would get the money.
December 15th, 2022, Richard asks me to do a branding deal, and this is after I had already uncovered his lies and his deception and his bullshit, and I told him...
Okay, so let's see here. I expected the money next week. I said it was a week ago. Final approval is greenlit. I have a streaming op with Hero Wars. Hero Wars, budget-wise, payments divided into two parts, fixed plus KPI. KPI, by the way, stands for Key Performance Indicators. Overall payment can be $640. Guaranteed fixed base or mixed stream. 1 hour should be taken by Hero Wars 3. Let me just look at Twitch tracker. Barny. Let's see. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yes, okay, this is Barny. So with an average viewership of, it depends, right? Because I think Barny's most well known for, of course, like World of Warcraft. So if she's playing WoW, she's going to get way more viewers. With an average viewership of, let's see, I'll shoot for that max bonus easy if I do it on a raiding night. And so I'm assuming like during raids, she probably gets like, you know, between 500 and 1,000 viewers, if this is the average. So, man, 300 viewers and you're only getting paid $340? Shit deal. Like, literally shit fucking deal. Absolute. And by the way, this is there's two performance indicators here. So if you look at right here, the install bonus up to $300. So basically what these companies do for a lot of these, like, you know, Raid Shadow Legends, the reason why people want you to install Raid Shadow Legends and get to level 10 is because for every person that gets to level 10, they get more money for it. The content creator does. So what ends up happening is that the actual money that you are guaranteed is only $340, and the extra $300 is a variable rate based off of how many people you convert. This makes sense. Yes, of course. And so whenever I look at this, first, this streamer receives more than 15 installs within complete level 10, you get $100. More than 30 installs, you get $200. And also, like, these are steps, right? It's like Jigsaw. It's not like a very sliding scale. So it's not like, oh, well, if you have like more than 30, it's going to be 200 or whatever. No. So if you get, like, theoretically more than 30 installs, you'll get $200. If you get 28 installs, you're still only getting $100. And the worst part about this is that it's that the deal, I would not be surprised with everything else that I heard from this guy. If this is not the deal that he made, this is the deal he is communicating to Barney. Because for a 300 viewer streamer, playing a game like Hero Wars, these games have the most money. Like, they would pay out $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in some cases for a content creator like, you know, my size to promote them. So how is it that it's only $640? It's not even remotely close. Oh God, easy? Yeah, it's not a big deal. And so take the fucking deal, bro. No, and I'm not talking about taking a deal. I'm saying that, how's that even fair? Well, it's very simple. The people that are paying you the money enter into the contract willingly, and the person who takes the contract also enters into the contract willingly, thus making it a fair transaction because neither party is doing so under any sort of duress or, like force. So that's why it would be fair. And anyway, so I think Barney, like, for this thing, especially for streaming it for, how long is it? Is it 1 hour? You can add the banners 2 days before streaming and keep it for 7 days after to collect the installs. 1 hour. Yeah, I definitely think that it's more. I think this is probably like, I'd say like 2,000 at least. Probably something like $2,000 for this. If you're getting, and that's assuming that you're going with the average viewership of Barney as like as an ultimate number. Like, I'm not talking about if what do you call it? If we're talking like WoW numbers or anything like that. But like with WoW numbers, it would be even higher. 2K, probably more. It could be 2K to 3K. That would be my guess. But in the end, do we really care? Well, what I'm saying is that I'm the reason why I'm going through this is I'm providing additional context that not only is he doing a bad job in terms of bringing deals to, in terms of getting the money to Barney for these the plushies, but on top of that, Pochita is also doing a bad job at getting additional deals, and the pricing of those additional deals is extremely sus to me. Do you see what I'm saying?
You know what? Sure, Richard, I'll do it. After
So
you
it's
pay
like an
me,
additional
because I wasn't
amount.
about to do something that he would be taking a 15% cut from. Like, you got me fucked up. To which he responds, oh no, don't worry about that contract. You can...
Like I just said, I wouldn't profit from this. What?
You got me fucked up. To which he responds, oh no, don't worry about that contract. You can just do it anyway. Which is like, that is not how you do business. We have a contract. At this time, I also told him that I am not going to be re-upping my contract because... duh. And obviously, because Richard is just an insidious c***, this didn't sit right with him. So Richard tells me that he will be charging me for the PC and taking it out of the money when he eventually pays me, despite having absolutely for the PC.
Sounds good. I would definitely take legal action for $50. No, you wouldn't. Because the fact that there was no public record of the lawsuit that you got robbed for clearly indicates that you don't. So you're either lying about the lawsuit or you're lying about this. What are you talking about? Inflation, magic? Yeah, now it's 7K. I'm sure in the next frame it's going to be 8.
And taking it out of the money when he eventually pays me, despite having absolutely no legal grounds to do so. He knows that he has no legal grounds to claim the computer, but we are dealing with a fundamentally horrible individual who is just simply out to hurt.
All right, Dick, it's not happening. Nobody would touch you brand-wise before me. What? Why? What do you mean no one would touch it? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh yeah, I did this for you. Are you kidding me? Gaslighting psycho. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is going to court. I highly doubt it'll go to court, but it is, it's just ridiculous. He's an angry kid. Oh my God. My inbox is full of deals as we speak. I helped you so much, and for you to tell me that you will burn me down. Yeah, not for the price you were asking. Richard, you can't play these games with me. I am playing... You didn't make a video for a year. Pochita doesn't even understand how YouTube works. Neither does Internet Historian. But somehow he always has a sponsor. What an idiot.
People. He really drives it home. It's funny you think I won't charge.
I want to look at it again.
People.
LOL, we done. Trying to justify the fact through legal. You're a pretty terrible person, I feel. And this is the kind of, I won't be charging you as funny. Yeah. Bro, yeah, right.
Really drives it home. It's funny you think I won't charge you. This guy is scum. But it gets worse. I know. How could it get worse? After the fulfillment center finally shipped out all the remaining plushies, they told me that Richard has been setting his cut of the deal at 30%, which is...
What did I say? What did I fucking say? Yep. Call it? Yeah.
2 times the amount the contract states. So when he's been talking to them about doing calculations for payment, he's been incorrectly...
Well, no, he wasn't incorrect. He was thinking it's 15% for the company and then 15% for me. So it's a total of 30%. But it is 15%. It's just 15% twice. You know, of course.
Calculating his own pay. He knows very well his pay is 15%. His percent is not 30%. I don't know where he's getting 30% from. The contract is really
As somebody who is familiar with deals like this, I think 30% would be an understatement. If you were being correctly quoted and correctly billed for your platform, and doing that content on your YouTube channel or Twitch channel, I think 30% would be an understatement.
Clear about 15%. And I haven't even brought up to him that I know that he's been trying to calculate this amount behind the scenes because I'm just so done talking to this liar dude. Anyway, between the 2 campaigns that Richard owes me money from, he owes me a grand total of $38,426.15. And don't you forget about the 15 cents, bitch. This is the correct calculation done with the correct percentages and deducting the things that I actually do owe in deductibles, like a plane ticket he bought me last year. But honestly, I don't expect to be paid.
Oh my God. $38,000. And she isn't taking legal action. Did I miss anything? And she's pursuing legal. I think it's probably, I don't know yet, but it might be something that's on the table. Personally, like, what would I do if I was in this position? I would do exactly what Barney is doing. I would not sue them. I would torch their reputation publicly because that's going to cost them way more than $38,000. That's what I would do. Yes, I would witch hunt them 100%. Because yeah, and then I don't have to pay for any lawyers. We don't have to do any of this. It's like, you want to play games? I love games.
Yeah, and I know you Americans are going to say sue him, but listen, that's not how things work in the real world. No. I'm in England. It would take me so much more money than... Exactly.
It would take, in order to do this, like the legal fees, and then also like you're not just counting in like, look, here's the thing. Let's see here. Cost of suing someone. Obviously you have legal fees. And this is about the level that people know about. You don't think of cost of doing the case instead of doing your job. Mental energy. Court time. Testimony. Testimony. Chance you could lose. Chance you don't recoup full amounts. Chance you get judgment but don't get paid. How many people like there's some guy who's not paying his child support? How many times have we heard this? You know? So guess what? That's another judgment. And it doesn't happen. So these are all of the costs of suing somebody. And these are just the ones that I can think of right now. I'm sure there's probably 5 other ones. Travel expenses, evidence gathering. Well, that's travel expenses. Yes. Travel expenses. Yes. Evidence gathering is inside of legal fees, but yes. Discovery is a bitch and it's costly. Yes, discovery is whenever they look for all the evidence and everything like that. Or you win the case, they claim Chapter 11, and you get fucked again. Boom, there it is, done. Chapter 11, by the way, is bankruptcy. So, of course, Barney's not going to sue him. It's like, there's no reason to do that.
And he owes me, just sue him. And then if I win and I sue him for the...
So she chooses to do nothing instead? This is not nothing. She is putting him on blast in front of, I can guarantee you, hundreds of thousands of people. Because I guarantee you over 100,000 people will probably watch this video. And I can also guarantee you 100,000 people at least will watch my video of this video, my react of this. This is going to completely destroy his reputation. And if you think that's not true and that doesn't matter, remember what happened to, who was it? What was his name? Mick Gordon, the guy who was at Doom, who a Reddit post destroyed his career. That wasn't even true. So yes, there's precedent for that. It's already happened, and it will absolutely damage him. I remember, yes. Internet can be harsh. Yep. To be honest, you see one side of one story. You're right. And if he puts out his side, we'll look at his side of the story. But, I mean, I think at face value, it looks extremely bad.
Fees.
Of course he
deserves
deserves
pay the rest of the victims if he's...
Everybody deserves the ability to defend themselves. But, I mean, like, really, I mean, like, we're looking at his own words. Like, unless you know, he's going to say like, oh, these were photoshopped, then it doesn't matter.
Spending like $200,000 just on me. And I know 12 people he owes 5 figures to. Like, there is no winner in this situation. I don't really have any people he owes 5 figures, spending like $200,000 just on me. And I know 12 people he owes 5 figures to. Like
12, so that's minimum $120,000. Oh my God.
There is no winner in this situation. I don't really have any options but to make this video in the hopes that more creators come forward and this gets traction so this guy can never work in this industry again and abuse creators in the way that he has been for so many years now. And Richard, if you're watching this,
minimum.
Get help. You are a severely ill, disgusting wretch of a person, and you will lose everything if you do not get help and reassess your behavior. I will never forgive you for what you have done to me and the way you made me a mouthpiece for your despicable lies. I do not know how you sleep at night knowing how many people you have stolen from and lied to.
Because another really big factor for this is that Barney went out and she damaged her own credibility by saying, hey guys, the plushies are being sent out. Everything's okay. So it's like, it's not only that it's like, it's like, oh, they're stealing money. They're also stealing the most important thing you can have as a content creator, especially whenever you're selling things, is your own credibility. See what I'm saying?
people whose personal lives you knew about intimately, and yet you still decided to do the things you did. There are people you have stolen from whose wedding you attended, who you knew in real life.
Yep.
I just can't fathom how you found yourself in this position, because you're just not fit to be here. You're not fit to work here. I don't know who let you in, but you have made it abundantly clear that someone is going to have to kick you out. And you only have yourself to blame. Also, pay me, you cunt! To everyone who bought a plushie, thank you for supporting me, and I'm just so sorry the shipping was so f***ed in the way that it was. I obviously do not work with Richard anymore, and I have since teamed up with a new manufacturer and fulfillment center so that in the future this kind of thing can just never happen again for any future merchandise I do. They are also the people that picked up the pieces after Richard's just complete mishandling of this whole thing, so I just have to really give them my props. They've been amazing, you guys don't even know. I don't know if I'll get paid for this campaign, but honestly, I'm just happy you guys got a product that I honestly put my soul into. Every single inch of this plushie was designed intentionally, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So I'm just happy that people got the plushie. And as you can tell, I'm running out of steam here, so I'm probably just going to end this here. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Videos are coming, you guys. I wanted to put out one more Warcraft video last year, but Richard f***ed me on that one too, and dude, I can't even get into that's a whole...
Because here's the thing, you've got to keep in mind that the way that a content creator like Barney makes money is that they make money by having one in-video ad. The same as, like, that's how Internet Historian makes money, that's how Uber Danger makes money. They don't really make money on ad revenue. As somebody who is extremely aware of this kind of stuff, ad revenue is great. Pint, yeah, there's another one. The ad revenue is great. However, ad revenue, here, just real quick, just so you guys get an idea of what it's like. Ad revenue is like, that's ad revenue. This is sponsor revenue. Okay. So yes, ad revenue is substantial. Yes, it could be thousands of dollars. However, ad revenue is also the most volatile. Because, oh, let's say you get demonetized and this green turns into a yellow. Or even worse, it turns into a fucking red. Then what? Well, then you're fucked. So yes, the sponsor money is extremely important. And the reason probably why Barney hasn't been able to make these videos is because they haven't been able to get sponsors for them. Because, I mean, that's how you make money with these videos. And like, that's how the business works. So yes.
Different story, okay? But just trust me, videos soon, they're bangers. I've been editing 3 of them, and they're coming out this year. Also, I know this is cringe, but since I'm still owed $40,000 from Richard and I didn't get paid once last year, please consider supporting me financially through a Twitch sub, just while I find my feet until I can get the next videos out. This might not surprise you.
If you guys were gonna sub to me on my main channel, I'm not I'm not streaming right now, so give your Twitch Prime to Barney. Yeah, there you go.
But I am not a wealthy content creator. Making really long, high-quality uploads is really good for the viewer, but it's really bad for the person who makes the video. And that
it is. It's an unfortunate reality of making long-form, high-quality content that unless you have a lot of sponsors for it, in the same way that someone like Internet Historian has, it's very difficult to be able to to make money on that at the same level. Link or Twitch? Yeah, I will.
Plushie deal, that plushie money that is supposed to be mine was the only reason I could justify spending so much time on the Scarab Lord series, and I have yet to be paid for it. So if you can help me out with the Twitch sub, help me out. I'm not saying donate, just give me a little Twitch sub, Prime sub if you got it.
Yeah, free sub, Twitch Prime, free money. So yeah, I mean, Barney's got 25 subs. I hope so. I really do. Again, I will say, if you need help finding somebody for the plushies, we don't do that in-house. We do some merchandise and stuff like that, but we know somebody who can do that. And any of that other, if you want sponsors or anything like that, Barney can feel free to reach out to me, and we can sort that out. It'll be no problem. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And what's this here? Is a second run? Yeah, it just sucks, man. Absolutely fucking sucks to see something like this happen. I saw the tweets about it, and it was just really disappointing to see this happen to a person, especially whenever somebody's going out of their way to, like, to use these personal insults and to damage somebody's reputation like this and all this. It's just fucking awful. Holy shit, man. Yeah, I mean, amazing. Drop 150 subs. Well, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, like, Barney's made great content for us. Like, the Scarab video, like, these videos were fucking amazing. These were so good. And you know what also is, like, dude, a 200,000 was this the sponsor? I'm not sure. Yeah, this might have been the sponsor for V Rising. I'm not sure if it was. Bro, 200,000 views on a sponsor video is insanely good. This is massively fucking good. And the fact that, like, that is, I guarantee you, that's at least $10,000. Absolute minimum, and it should have been a lot more than that. So she got scammed? Yes, this is like a triple scam. Yeah, we've watched all of these. These videos have been great content for us. So yes, absolutely. Like, we 100% support Barney because Barney has 100% supported us with great content. That's what we do, okay? You watch the Internet Historian video? Eventually. I'll link it. Yeah, I'll link it to you guys again. You can link the Twitch. This is the video itself. I'll link the video as well. Reminder for the interesting video, Vampire Survivors only works because we're stupid. I'll see how long that one is. I don't want to go, like, this one went on really, really long because of how much it made me mad. I will watch this, but I'm not going to watch it today. I'll watch it tomorrow. But I'm very curious to see this. I'm super excited to watch that. We playing new Lost Ark Viking story quest? Yeah, I was going to do that today, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait till I finish Hogwarts, and then I'll do it. Love the Gauntlet Starforge ad, dude. Oh, is it finally out, by the way? Yeah, did Ziz release the Gauntlet Starforge ad? Yeah, I'm not sure if he did or not. Don't know, let me check. Yeah. Ziz... No, not Ziz, bro. The other one. Zizrain. Amazing content creator? Yeah, I mean, this is just... It's really sad to see people like this get taken advantage of. It's fucking awful. Gonna show the ad? Yeah, I recorded an ad with him. I was gonna show you guys yesterday, but I don't think it was out. POE. Let me see if I can find it. Has he done the interview for it yet? No, he hasn't yet. Okay. Yeah, he'll probably have it out soon. Is this really Starforge ad? Yeah. Barney getting mad subs now? Good. Good. Like, people feel so comfortable taking advantage of people who they think are weaker than them. I mean, it's just disappointing to see something like this happen. Like, I don't really know what else to say. Like, it's just sad to see somebody do this to, you know, a content creator who... The worst thing about it is, like, in the content creator and, I hate using this word, influencer space, there is so much that happens behind the scenes and under the table and behind the curtain that a lot of people like Barney that don't have, like, extensive experience in this, like, they're not doing it the same way that I'm doing it all the time, and I've been doing it for years. So, like, they don't understand their own value. They don't understand how things like this work. They're not worried about the same things that maybe you should be worried about, and none of these things are their fault either, because they're trying to act in good faith, and there are bad faith actors that know that in a space of almost no accountability, they can take advantage of people and do these kinds of things. So yeah. Things is real slow on doing stuff right now. He's a sick dog. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's still sick? I talked to him, like, yesterday. He said he was feeling a bit better. That fucking sucks if he's still sick. Young people tend to underestimate their value. The experienced people will always try to exploit. Yes, exactly. And, like, I'm sure, like, if you ever showed... If Towley ever watched this video, because, like, one of the people who knows more about it and has more experience than me is Towley, right? Because Towley's been in this, like, probably twice as long as I have. And, like, he would tell you the exact same thing. Absolutely. Wait, Barney, say something. Let me see. What the fuck, man? Thank you. Hey, thank you for making the videos. That's the least that we could do, right? I mean, shit. I just got done watching it. This is awful. What a piece of shit. Yeah, don't worry. I think everybody in the entire community is on your side. People totally support you. Don't worry about it at all. Things will get better. Everybody gets fucked over and taken advantage of. That's what's happened, and it sucks. Yeah, we totally support you. Bump in the road. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. The boys got you? Yeah. I mean, it's not even a question. Let me see if I can find the rest of this stuff. But I'll read a few of the comments actually on my Reddit about this. I know obviously I didn't really get into that. Let me see if I can find it. This is 22 comments. Let's see here. Refreshing this. This is all for this is all about Scarabord. Exactly. Barney deserves better. There you go. I thought this was about the plushie specifically. Exactly. Yeah, this person was a manager, and because they were a manager, they were managing other things as well. And as I said, I mean, it is incredibly impressive as like somebody who, again, keeps up with a lot of this stuff, to have a sponsor video like this about a sponsor game have that many views. It was massively popular, especially outside of the scope of the normal content. So yeah, I mean, the guy's pocketing tons of money. They didn't manage my ad revenue, just to clarify, by the way. Oh yeah, so Barney, am I right about this? That they managed your sponsorships inside of videos and also like, you know, things like merchandise, but not your ad revenue specifically? That's kind of what I'm assuming, because managing ad revenue is kind of something that happened like 10 years ago, and it doesn't happen as much now. It's very, just my branding and deals so much? Yes, as you're saying, he had no access to ad revenue? Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Yeah, let's see here. I'll take a drink. Thank God he didn't. Yeah. Ad revenue is in-house. Twitch and YouTube, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see here. Go back over to this. Go read the rest of these. Barney allowing someone else to control the revenue. Yeah, no, that it's not that simple. It's basically like, so yeah, I guess I'll do another chart. So you have 3 different sources of money. Okay, let me just think about this. Okay. All right, so this is basically how it works. Ad rev, sponsors, merch, agents, creator. Okay, and then so you're going to have ad revenue goes directly to creator, sponsors and merch go directly to agent, and agent, this goes directly to creator. So this is the way that it works, okay? Does that make sense? So like these were the 2 things right here that were being compromised. Yeah, this is it. The ad revenue is totally fine because it doesn't go through the agent. Fog flowchart NFT. Yeah, I went to college for this, by the way. Yeah, why not sponsor directly the creator? The reason why that creators usually use an agent is because agents are much more, like, it's because the creator's busy. Like, it's the same, like, movie stars have agents. It's because, why? Because the movie star's doing other stuff. They're well-versed in legal shit. They know how to look at the deals. And you know why they have agents? It's because of exactly this thing in the video. Exactly this thing. A person that gets taken advantage of, a person that doesn't know everything that's going on in the space, and the agent is supposed to be there, and I have been so lucky that I have not had this problem. The agent is supposed to be there to represent your best interests and to get you the most money and the best opportunities and the most favorable opportunities. Yeah, and so that's why. How can you avoid your manager stealing some money sponsor deals? Well, they're not stealing it. They get paid a commission because they're doing a service for you. That's the way it works. Like that's totally fucking normal. Yeah, you see kind of what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the value that they create. What's the reasonable percent of it? It depends, right? Some is like 5 to 10 for certain deals. Some is 20 to 30. It depends on what it is and how it's structured. It's very complex.